Hey, beautiful people, good morning. I'm really excited about what I have to share today because it has recently made a really big difference in the way that I am living my life in my everyday. And that is understanding what stress is all about and understanding it from a perspective of a lot of times what I noticed in myself um, before this recent empowerment that's come into me so strong, and with most of my clients and even a lot of my friends, is this feeling of stress and overwhelm that actually comes from making things more complicated than they actually are, making things more involved and have more steps, and being able to vent and complain and say how much work you have to do and how much work it is to do this or that. And I was talking with a very dear friend last night, actually, and she was just really venting and going on and on about the different struggles and stresses in her life and how difficult it is. And when I just asked the question, is it really that difficult, right? Is it difficult actually in the world or in your life, or is it really just difficult in your mind? Is it just difficult in your own energy field? And this is exactly what the life lift work that I do helps people to see, that everything that we do begins with an energy inside of ourselves. It begins with a thought and a perspective that's reflecting who we think we are, what we think is true about us. So if what you think deep down unconsciously that's most true about you is that you're not good enough, that you're not equipped enough, that you're not smart enough, then perhaps you'll create a resistance strategy, a resistance to that pain that says, I can prove how good enough I am. I can prove how smart I am. So therefore you would need to overcomplicate things. You would need to make things harder in your mind so that you would have something more to overcome. And in doing so, in the overcome, you would be proving to yourself and proving to others your worth and how valuable you are. So what would it be like if you could connect to something more true than that deficiency inside, something that is absolutely most true and universally true, right? Which is that we are whole and we're one. And those are just words, but there's a actual visceral experience that you can have in any moment. It's available to us in any moment. And when we're there, and when we move for there, things become incredibly simple, right? I have so much energy and vitality, and my mind is sharp and equipped and capable to handle these challenges in a way that is easy and straightforward and simple. And the life becomes very simplified. I did this recently with my website, with my work, just simplified it completely down to its absolute core essence and power. And I'm so excited that I did that. And all throughout today, I'm going to be aware, am I overcomplicating something? Am I stressing myself out because I'm actually trying to prove to myself that I can do it? Or can I let myself just take a moment and breathe into the pain that's underneath that stress, that's underneath that overwhelm, and just let that be true? And in taking responsibility and letting it be true, maybe I'm not good enough, maybe I can't do it, maybe I'm a mess, it dissolves. And in that dissolution, you get connected to something that's even more true, and that's the truth of who you really are. So experiment with this today, practice it, and see what happens to your stress level and your level of overwhelm. Much love.